these back out of here. People are usually so ignorant. On, gives you power. There you have it. A tool that actually works. She's dead. Bad for them. They say it'll blow up. And that just slides up in there like that. Right here. So just twist it to pull it out, twist it, put it in. That's all there is to it. This old Duramax Chevy here. This was my dad's. I've got a plow mount for it. Hopefully the truck checks out. I see I left the batteries in it, so they're probably poached. I can see that one's all inflamed, so it was frozen. Awesome. This one looks swelled up too. It's still got oil in it. Not a ton, but that's okay. If this works, I'll be changing it anyways. Oh yeah, you can see real clear here how swollen out that is. That's frozen solid, I'd bet on it. Transmission's full. We've done the transmission on this truck, so with any luck, it's not like the Ford. Alright, I guess let's get some batteries for this and get the jumper pack on it maybe, try it out. Let's see. Okay, cross your fingers. I need this to work. Typical Duramax. She's an oldie. Apparently she's out of fuel. I better top that up. But it'd be a good plow truck if everything works here. Four-wheel drive. Look at that. Reverse and forward both work. It says it's in four-wheel drive. I guess we'll dig it out. I'm not even going to try to go over this bank. The snow berm here, you can see where I've been walking. It's rock hard. I'm gonna have to take a scoop out of there with the Bobcat to get it out. But that's really exciting. That's really exciting that it's running. That all sounded like it worked. I heard clicking and clunking. Fuel gauge fixed itself. We're half full, but the coolant dropped and we're low on temperature and stuff, so might need to throw thermostats in it, but it is blowing hot air, so that's good. Wipers are frozen solid. Probably needs wipers anyways. Ooh, oh yeah, look at that. We're free and clear. There we go. That's better. For being frozen solid, they're not even half bad, to be honest. I can probably work with them, although I'll take the ones off the Ford because they're brand new. That shock's gone. Under the hole is on. That's all there is to it. See how complicated it is? Get it on there. Oh, come on. Okay, before I get ramrodded here, I'm going to make sure that's the right way. Here's my other truck, my Ford, and it looks like the mount definitely goes on the outside of the beam, so we should be in shape. Okay, see how this is on the outside of this? So we're going to have the same on that side, and that should line us up just perfect for this. Alright, there we have the mount. It's all tight. Got all the bolts up in there, all around here. So next step is the wiring. I guess I'll get the new batteries in this and run some wires. Do your positives first before your negatives so that you don't arc anything out. Let's see if she fires up under her own power. I'll wait to start light on the top left there beside the light. A couple times because she's old. Look at that. Look at that. That makes me happy. Okay. Wiring. Look at that. Beautiful. Love when stuff works out. It's rare around here. And look at that. All my wires. Pulled my grommet right through. That's okay. Oh yeah. This is the wire we're pulling inside here. Goes into this cluster. But good enough. off and on a couple of times, but I think that's right. See, there's supposed to be, right there, there's supposed to be a kickstand that this one doesn't have, but we are, I think mounted. It looks the same both sides. Well, that's about as good as she's gonna get for me. I'm almost out of solder here, I don't want to run right out. Nice. Now I think before I shove it back in here, I'm gonna find some shrink tube. Here, I got shrink tube that big. Okay, so driving this around and I sprung a power steering leak down in there. You can almost see those lines right there. Right there, that bottom one came loose. So I need to get in there and tighten it up. I don't know if you can see this well, but oh, it's not the bottom one, it's this one up here. Okay, so I couldn't hold the camera and do this, but I've got a crow's foot wrench up there. This guy can reach in here with the fender, cut it out, and we can tighten it. I don't really want that coming loose again, especially if that fried my pump. Tightening this line is futile. Not bad for a free pour. So I'm out plowing here. My blade quit moving. That's the solenoid clicking under the hood when you press these controls. It's supposed to move. I've checked the power up front. I've got power, so I'm gonna ratchet strap this thing up, and I guess go home and fix it. This is really annoying. I've checked all these wires; they're all good. That should work moderately better. Hopefully that doesn't drag too much. It is touching the ground, but it should get us home. It's working, but it is touching the ground a little bit. There's a bridge coming up here that's pretty aggressive, but hoping all I got to do is solder that one connection. Maybe it's dirty on the inside. It's all full of green rot, but that's from the last time it was on the Ford on the other truck. So we'll see what happens when we get home here. We have 12 volts at my solenoid. That's from the battery. 6 volts now from the battery. 8 volts from the battery. Now is it a bad ground? 12 volts from the battery. 12 volts from the battery. I don't trust this ground, I don't think. I still don't think I trust my ground. Touch and hold. Why is this battery dropping to 0? Okay. Touch it. Okay, good. It works. Good. Cool. Bad ground. Awesome. I don't even see corrosion on that. Oh, you can see where it was arcing out, though.
Uh-huh.
You can see where it was arcing out. Okay. Press the button, the middle button up. No way! Really? That bracket literally says ground on it, and there's a bolt down there. We're going to try that bolt with the ground bracket. Just touch it left, I guess. Please work. Yay! Good enough.
You want to go up and down?
No, it works. That's good. Look at those. Hi. So just trying to change my my pump's pickup tube that broke off here, but this thing's broke off inside, and it's proving to be incredibly difficult to get out of there. So I'm not sure really what I'm gonna do to get it out. I got the heat out here now. This is supposed to be a 5-minute job, but of course everything's got to fight. Not even a little. Jeez. All right, turn, please. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that at all. I can't even tell if it's twisted. I can't even tell if it's turning at all. Like, I don't know. Well, this might not be the best idea. That gets stuck on. Well, that is working. You can see it's moved. So I guess I'll cut on the other side and try again. All right, that's down there now. It's gotta be awkward, doesn't it? That one's gonna go to the abyss too, isn't it? There, whatever. It can't be my problem if it's not in my way. So that's the new one. So yeah, that's what was in the tank. That's what I just had to cut out. Isn't that nice? Bung adapter. Alright, there's pipe thread tape, or pipe thread putty. I like this stuff a lot better. It's instant, it seals right away. You don't have to mess around with figuring out which way your tape rolls. If you've ever done that, you know what I mean. You thread your tape on the wrong way, and then you thread this in and your tape unspools and causes a big mess, and then your day's not good. Oh, look at that, I didn't even wreck the threads. Good old Sawzall. Now I'm not going to go tight with that, because not only do we have the thread tape on there, which will hold it in place and stop it from leaking, but I don't want to be the guy that over tightens it, and then the next guy can't work on it. Like, you shouldn't need a Sawzall to change a bung adapter. This is the tube. My old one was plastic, it broke off. So that's gonna thread onto here. So yeah, this threads onto here. That's where that gasket's gonna go, and this just tightens down onto here. The tube lives in the bottom here. That's what sucks up the fuel. So we're gonna put our thread sealant on this as well. So we're gonna put the thread sealant on the tube just the same way. All right, so it doesn't need to be perfect. As you screw it in, it'll fill up the voids. You can see that after you thread it in, the putty squeezes out, and that'll give you a really good connection. Same thing. That's not going to need to be all that tight. You can turn it upside down and oh, you're kidding. Okay. I don't know if you saw what happened there. The bottom of the pickup tube doesn't fit in this hole, so you gotta put this on the tube and then thread it all together, and then it goes together all at once. That's much worse. Nowhere near as user-friendly as I thought it was gonna be. That'll give you a good visual too. There you can see all the thread tape, all the thread splooge in there, I mean. Okay, you stay. Yeah, so you see that? It doesn't go over the bottom. Okay, so that's long, that's in there. Okay, now, take that long again. That's probably about where I want that. I pack this with me in the truck so I can change it if it's annoying. Got these crocodile clips to put on there. We're just gonna make sure we put the right one on the right wire. So, red wire. Red wire is this one. Now ideally you're supposed to solder these, but it's snowing and I don't really have much much interest in standing out in the wet. So what I'm doing is just going underneath that guy. I'm gonna crimp him down, and that'll hold the wire in there. And then it's got these little tabs at the back, which I really like, because they'll actually hold the insulation on the wire if you get it nice and crimped on there. So now that's actually tough, and then you can just slide your rubber back on there and no one even knows you've been there. Look at that. Don't forget to put that on the wire though. I've done that about 100,000 times. I just fold that to give it a little bit better girth. And crimp that down. This guy's got a nice nub in the middle, so it gets that connection's real good. Look at that. Can't even pull it out of there. All right, we should be set to fill this thing up. Oh. You can hear it. Good, it's working. Oh, I can't wait for winter to be over. This has the holder on it, so that's nice. Look at that, she's working. Oh, she's working too good. Cool, that's nice and quiet. When that whole disaster happened, I didn't have my camera with me, but of course we're out of fuel in the tank. Awesome. It is insane out here. There's barely a little path on this road. It's been maybe plowed once. I've got to go dig people out. I can't even get to where they are. And I've come to realize I've taken the wrong road. Oh, good. Oh, even better. Did I really just get stuck? Well, this is what happens when you try to help people out. Look at that. I'm 6'4" and that's up to my knee. There's my boot, which is like 14 inches long. So we got, there's 1.5 feet of snow here. And I gotta go way the hell over there to get people out. Survival tip in the north. See my fuel gauge? See my truck? But you see my spare 20 liters of fuel. I can hardly walk in this. Like, there isn't even another plow truck that could get to me with. I'd need a bobcat. Luckily I have my good spade shovel. Oh yeah, that's just... So yeah, survival tools. Shovel, necessary. Tug rope if you've got help. Obviously I have no help, but fuel. That's the big one. If I would have run out of fuel, yes, I have a tidy tank. It's empty, but most people don't. So grab a jerry can. They're only 20 bucks, 25 bucks at a gas station. Fill it up and they seal. You can keep it in the trunk of your car. Like, make sure you have fuel with you. I guess the highway's getting some free work out of me. Clean this up. There's a bolt. Always love finding mystery bolts under your truck. But I'm just gonna clear a turnaround for me and anyone else that gets screwed up down here. And I'm gonna tackle that hill. I wish I had my drone. Get my drone shot on the way out of here, but it's all good. Let's make this happen. Alrighty, let's see what happens here. Still no one behind me, still no one around. It's so nice to have the blade down and know you're gonna get out of where you're trying to push this ridiculous snow. That was my mistake. I was gonna drop the blade on the way down here, but it was too late by the time I dropped it and then I stopped. Well, that's pushing uphill, so my truck probably won't push 1.5 feet of snow uphill. Don't go down there if you don't have to. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, I just spent an hour down there digging myself out. Is
that where you live?
No, I was going down to dig some people out.
Oh yeah.
They called me. There's a guy with a rental up here. He lives down to the coast, and he calls me when they need done.
Okay.
Awesome.
Get out of this guy's way. He's
Yeah.
traveling.
Awesome. Take care. Look at that. We got more stuckaroos. You know you can't park here, right? Oh man, I just spent an hour stuck in there. This is not fun at all. Day 4 of this blizzard here in the Caribou. It's cooled down to about -10 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit for my American watchers, but yeah, here it is. I don't know if the camera shows it. The camera doesn't usually show video quality or vision quality very well, but I can't really see at all where I'm going. I'm completely snowblind. The wind's blowing so hard that there's probably an inch on the ground, and the road's only about 10 feet wide right now due to it being blown in the center. So yeah, this is fun out here. This is a hoot. That's awesome. They usually bury this box 10 feet deep. Look at that, that's as high as my blade will go, and that snowbank's taller. Freezing this morning to -10 in all of about 6 hours. The moisture in the air is starting to get really bad. Well, I guess that's what the wipers are going to do for me now. Get some heat on this windshield, maybe melt it. I don't understand why everyone needs to go driving when there's 2 feet of snow. Come on, people, you don't need to be here. This is so rough, I can't even get going 20 miles an hour. There's 30 and I can hardly hang on to it. Behind me, I'm gonna let by here. You obviously ride smoother than I do. I don't like holding people up. This thing's not smooth. Big plow on the front and a big tiny tank full in the back. It's maxed out. I really don't like breaking things. son of a... Just felt it fall into a hole. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, back out of here. Absolutely ridiculous. Beautiful day though, wind blowing, kind of stupid out here. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. This was so bad the other day. I thought this was going to be an entire conglomerate of snow and ice. Got that on video if they ask how the hell I cleared that. Alright, I'm going to have to send this video link to them and I can charge them extra this time for all the extra hard mailboxes I have in the plow. Section of road is what I've been dreading all day, but they usually get in here at least. Some of these have concrete bases on them, that's what that was. I didn't actually hit the mailbox. Those suck because they only let me get so close. Yeah, see, that's the concrete there. You gotta lift it up. There we go. And again. Alright, got you now. 4 days in a row plowing. Starting to get exhausted. Comes up, does the road, and does this mailbox sometimes for me. It's funny, the road road's smoother here. This is kind of a back road. The road's smoother here than it was earlier going into Deca Lake. That was horrendous. But I think what was happening there, I think there's logging trucks coming out of there, and they'd have their chains on, which give you that extremely brutal washboard effect. Looks like a BC Highways truck. Oh, yeah. Good enough. He's just cruising around, checking out how there's so much snow on this road so he can report back and say, yeah, it needs to be plowed again. Favorite spot most of the time. It's not bad today. This is acceptable. I'm actually impressed. Plowing it doesn't work in two-wheel drive, boys. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm so stoked. They've buried this up over the mailboxes before, and I'm not exaggerating. It took me like 25-30 minutes of just scraping like this just to get to them. Oh, look at that. People are usually so ignorant they will pull right in front of me while I'm plowing over these snow berms, over these snow humps I'm leaving, and they'll park right in my way, go inside. That's happened to me so much. The worst. Now, parents, if there's any parents that are listening to me here, if you hang around mailboxes in the morning and afternoon for pickup for your kids, and you're waiting for the school bus, and there's snow on the ground, you've got to use your brain and think, hey, maybe there's actually someone paid to deal with this. Maybe I shouldn't park right in the way so that this poor guy showing up can actually do his job. And you know what? It's not a big deal. If they're in the way, move. Most of the time they'll sit there and they'll wait till I'm right behind them and I've had to honk the horn at people because they're too stupid to realize that, oh, there's a plow truck behind me coming in. I should pull forward out of the way. So it's Tuesday today. It's supposed to snow now. I think until the end of the day. And then we drop down into minus 30, minus 20, minus 30 territory, which won't make any of this easy. Here's this grader. This grader going by right now. This is the guy that'll wreck my day often. Doesn't even realize he's doing anything wrong, but he'll absolutely bury these mailboxes. I'm actually really glad that person's sitting there, because I bet you he would have. GoPro was having issues there. I don't know what was going on. I went to turn it back on at the store after I went inside to get paid, and it wouldn't turn on. So I guess you missed 5 minutes of my day. Oh no, what will you ever do? How will you ever survive with that 5 minutes of my day missing from yours? I'd be willing to bet none of you care enough. Which is fine, because 5 minutes of me driving around doesn't really affect any of you. There we go. Just eyeballing the distance from the power lines and kind of judging my distance between that and snow ripples I see. If I run into a snow berm, I won't even know it's there until I'm in it. I've got really good polarized glasses on, so I can see pretty good compared to without. I just pulled them off, and wow, what a regret that was. I can't remember if I had my camera on yesterday for this, but this is where the big Dodge dually was stuck. Oh, come on. I had to yank him out. So I guess you'll know if my camera was on before I will, because I can't remember. It really doesn't help that I can't see anything. Forward or backwards. Here I've been thinking the highway's completely dead, and of course I'm down here, and about 3 or 4 cars just went by. I have absolutely no idea why anyone would be on the road right now. It's horrendous. I know why I'm on the road. These need access. People get grumpy when they can't get their mail. I'm trying to back up blind. I got my mirrors on here, but I'm snow blind. Everything's white. Everything's white and there's no contrast. I can turn up contrast in post-video processing. I can't turn up contrast in my own eyes. I wish I could. Of course, someone's coming as I'm trying to see still. I don't really know where the fucking road is, so. Alright, let's get some speed up, because that'll clean my windshield off with this frozen stuff. You want to at least, in really bad visibility conditions like this, I know everyone's instinct is to slow way down, and I mean like way down. Like people want to be crawling 20, 30 with their 4-way flashers on, doing no speed at all, and they're veering all over the road, left to right, just trying to see where they are. No, what you want to do is you want to keep a speed high enough that you can count things, or keep something coming in your distance. For example, I look at telephone poles or road signs, because we don't use a lot of those highway reflectors here. I don't know why. I wish we did, but we don't. So my only option really is to watch these. So like these turn signs and this sign. That way I know where I am on the road. But if you're going too slow, what happens is it takes too much time for you to get to your next visual landmark, and you end up getting lost a little bit on where you are on the road. And what'll happen is you'll drive right off the road, and you don't even know you've done this until it's way too late, because it doesn't seem to matter why. Once you get going slow, you tend to weave. So keep up your speed. Do 60 kilometers an hour. That's just under 40, 35, 40. That's a reasonable speed. If someone catches you going way faster, they'll have the time to slow down. They're not just going to catch a standing still object. That's the worst. When you're doing a reasonable speed, cruising around the highway at 60, 70, which is fine. The speed limit's 90. We're going slow. But you catch someone doing 20 kilometers an hour, and all of a sudden, it's like you've caught a standing still object in the middle of the road, and they've got their four-ways on, so you panic and think something's going wrong. And you're not doing anything wrong by doing 60, 70 kilometers an hour. It's a reasonable speed. You've got full control of your vehicle. You can stop. You can steer. Right? That's kind of the most important things. Good way to judge it. Don't slow down enough that you're scared someone coming up behind you is going to run into you.